Do you want to, I mean, I'm assuming that one of the reasons you want to talk to me is I'm older.
Well, I was going to introduce you as my favorite person to see outside when I'm running. And that's really the main reason I would like to have you on the show.
Okay.
Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Runna, your favorite local running community. I'm Juliana. We are back at the Falmouth Running Club office today, and I have a very special guest for you all. My favorite person to see outside on a run, the man who gives me a giant smile and waves to me every time I see him out there and just makes my day so much better. It's Mr. Kevin King. Welcome in, Kevin.
Thank you. Thank you for asking me. I feel embarrassed and humbled.
I mean, I've been seeing you, like we kind of formally met this winter when I was more injured and I was at the gym a lot.
Yeah.
But I've been seeing you out running for years. And you're just one of those people that you pass and you just like, you wave and you give the smile.
Yeah.
And I just always look forward to seeing you because every time you're out running, you have the biggest smile on your face.
Well, let me just say that, you're one of my favorite people that I have encountered. Not one of my favorite people. You are my favorite person to have encountered because you say that I always had a big smile. I always felt that you mirrored that.
Oh, well, that's good. I hope I try. I try.
And I will say, that I have a big smile on my face when I'm running, because I really love it.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it. I mean, I started running when I was 70 years old. I'm now 78.
I didn't realize you started so late, Kevin.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, not that, I mean, you're still here, but I feel like 70 is like a little bit later because I know that there are some people, I'm 33.
Yeah.
There are some people my age who are like, I feel like I started running a little bit later than a lot of people that I know because I started like going into college. Yeah. So I was like 18 when I started running. I never did any running before that. But there are some people who like I know who are my age who like started running when they were 30 and they're like, oh, that's such a late start to running. Yeah. And they're also concerned about like, oh, my knees and all these things. So I just started running. Yeah. But I feel like 70s like pretty like up there when it comes to like starting a new sport,
It is. I played football in high school.
Okay.
And at the end of every practice, we had to run wind sprints.
Did you have like the parachutes behind you or something?
No. When I say wind sprints, I mean you would run 20 yards, 30 yards, 40 yards, 50 yards, 100 yards. Oh. And by the end of it, you would be gasping. And it was the end of a 2-hour practice. You were wearing helmets, full pads, heavy cleats. And so I've always associated running with
torture,
agony. And I was never, ever interested in running.
Okay. So what changed things?
So when I was around 69, my sedentary lifestyle sort of caught up with me.
Okay.
And I was pre-diabetic, I was hypertensive, I had a fatty liver, all kinds of different things.
Well, you're a nurse too. That's bad news.
So bad news. So my primary at the time, who was also a personal friend, we talked about it, and I just said, well, got to do something. Started going to the gym.
Okay.
And I was very lucky. Through working on a treadmill, I was able to lose about 70 pounds.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that took me about 8 months.
Wow.
And after that, it was just kind of, I wasn't losing any more weight, but I was happy where I was, but it was just kind of boring. And then I read somewhere that if you're walking faster than 4.5 miles an hour, you can run.
Yeah.
So I started running.
Yeah.
And I just got hooked on it. And now, my health and my weight are kind of incidental. I really run just for the love of running.
Yeah.
It makes me happy. It makes me feel good. I know all about endorphins and those kind of things, but I just feel better about myself.
Yeah.
Self-image wise, and I just really enjoy getting out there and running. And running. And as I'm sure you know, and as every runner knows, it's just a tremendous stress reliever.
Oh, big time. Yeah.
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 You can start off a run feeling absolutely lousy and worried about
everything,
the state of the world, or the state of your health, or whatever. And at the end of a race, or at the end of a run, you just feel perfect.
Yeah.
And that kind of endures. It carries through the rest of the day. At least it does for me.
Oh yeah, for certain. I mean, like for me, like running is one of the things. Like I have like built into my system is anxiety. I have chronic anxiety, and I'm just a highly anxious human at a baseline. Most people like might not get that from me as much anymore because like I am running a lot recently, taking on some ultra marathons, but the more that I run, the less the anxiety is present. And for me, running is me proving to myself every day that I can get up and just like face that anxiety, and it's forcing me to do breath work, and it's forcing me to like move my body. And I just feel like I come back a different person. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Now, do you remember like what the transition point was? So you say you went to the gym, you lost like 70-ish pounds, which is great. Like, congratulations, Kevin.
Thank you.
I would have never guessed. But there seems to be a point at which you went from like, this is kind of just like for maintenance and more of a just utility purpose to a like, I really love doing this. Do you remember when that clicked?
Well, when I went outside.
Okay.
The first week that I ran, I said, well, I'm going to try this.
You were living here in Falmouth.
I was living here in Falmouth. Okay. I was going to Rocky's gym.
Okay.
And I still had this, I would say, fear of running.
Yeah.
I just associated it with pain. And so I said, well, I'm going to try it. I'm going to run a mile. So I ran a mile, felt, perfectly fine. I mean, in the sense of I wasn't hurting, I wasn't tired. So by the end of the first week, I had run 5 miles, no sweat, no problem. So I said, you know what, I'm going to go outside.
Yeah.
And I started running. I started running down towards the beach. And I said, it's really nice being outside. My wife and I are both bird watchers.
Yeah, I saw you guys over at the Sport Gardens with my uncle.
Right.
Yeah, we saw you guys with your binoculars bird watching.
And being outside for us has always been really our principal leisure activity. Going for walks. When we've traveled, we've always gone to national parks. So, being in the outdoors has always been important to me.
Yeah.
And so running outside was just, 1,000 times better than being in a gym.
Staring at a computer or a
staring
wall
at
TV.
Or God help me, a TV, watching a news program.
Oh, you and I both spent enough time in the gym over the winter with like that cruddy weather we had and like me being injured. We had, anyone who's watching, we had a rough winter on the Cape where there were multiple weeks where like you physically couldn't go outside no matter how hard you tried.
Yeah.
So you and I watched enough news on the TV at the gym this winter to probably last us until we pass away.
Yeah.
So we're good.
Yes. This was the first winter where I spent most of my running in the gym. And it was funny as I was doing it, I was thinking, this isn't too bad. I get to increase my speed. I get to push myself a little harder, in a controlled way and so forth. But then when I ran outside again, I said, wow,
it's something different.
What a difference.
See, I had the same thing too, because when I started running again after I broke my foot, like because we were still in like the crux of that like nasty storm.
Oh,
and I didn't want to slip on ice and like re-injure myself again.
Yeah.
It took me until probably around the same time you went outside to like be able to go outside at all. And like my soul just took on a whole different level of euphoria. Like I was like, I miss this so much.
Yeah.
So much being outside. But yeah, it sounds like to me like being outside is like a core principle for you.
Absolutely. I just I love going outside. I'm not much of a TV watcher.
Yeah, same.
I do like to read.
Oh yeah, you and I have talked about books that we've been reading too.
And but it's funny, as I've gotten older, I always imagined that when I retired, I would read more. I'm actually reading less.
Okay.
Because I'm more active.
Because you're running more?
Yeah. When I was working, I'd get home from work. I'd be too tired. I was too tired. So I'd pick up a book and I'd read. That in some ways, it fulfills the same function of running. You become relaxed. You put away the anxieties of the day. It clears your mind. But you're sitting on your butt.
Yeah, you're not really getting the physical activity benefit of all these things. Yeah. Do you listen to anything when you run, Kevin?
For years I listened to music, but I recently stopped.
Okay. Just not listening to anything?
I'm not listening. Well, I'm not. How do I put this? I'm using a metronome.
Oh, okay.
So I wanted to. I've always tried to compete against myself.
I think most of us runners are in the same camp.
Which has gotten me injured a number of times.
Same.
But I wanted to pick up my cadence, see if I could, just run just a little faster. So I use one earbud, and I have a metronome, and I use that. But I stopped the music because I wanted to hear the birds.
Yeah.
Springtime is a time when there's a lot of birds around. There's a lot of bird song. And it's just, to me, it's just pleasant. As I said, I like being outside. I like seeing the squirrels and the rabbits. One of the things I love about Cape Cod is the wildlife.
There's a lot of wildlife down here.
Yeah. So the metronome does take away from it a little bit, but that's why I kind of have the other ear. I can the metronome kind of becomes like your heartbeat.
It fades into the background.
Yeah, you're not paying attention to it, and
okay.
So,
because I was going to suggest listening to audiobooks while you're running too, because that could also be an option too.
Yeah, I actually tried that.
Didn't work out,
and it didn't work out because I couldn't concentrate on the book.
I say this as a suggestion, but I also know that I can't listen to audiobooks when I'm running either, because I can't. Like, I listen to music actually mostly for two functions: the metronome of it all, because it does have a beat, and I find that my feet fall into the beat if I'm listening to it. And also I've been working on like stress relieving, like parasympathetic nerve stimulation, which singing is one of the best ways to do that. So I'll sing along to the music.
And I did that too. Yeah. I used to sing to the music. I have the same. I'm kind of a boring guy, and I listen to the same songs
over and over again.
So I know the words, and I'll sing along. I'll run into people, and they'll smile at me, and I'm thinking, "Oh God, they heard me singing."
I'm sure it can't be that bad, Kevin. It can't be that bad. It can't be that bad. I actually had someone that I know text me after I passed her when I was running. And I didn't realize it was her, because I was just like running past, and it was a group of people that I passed. Yeah. And she texted me, she's like, "I knew you passed me because I heard the singing coming from behind." I said, "That's right. It's me." Yeah. But yeah, I think I've also considered like using a metronome at certain points in time. And like, sometimes I'll just count to myself, like out loud. I'll just be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's exactly what I do.
Yeah.
Exactly what I do.
I have like a little bit more of like a music background. I actually almost went to school for vocal studies.
Oh, okay. Wow.
But like, it sounds like to me you might have a little bit of music in your soul too, because you were, like you were telling me earlier, you used to be a seminarian / priest.
Yeah.
So you used to probably sing a fair amount.
I did. When I was in the seminary, I sang in the choir, which I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
And I was actually a missionary. I spent 6 years in Tanzania, 2 years as a seminarian, 4 years as a priest. Okay. And the people that I worked with, the Sukuma of Tanzania, singing is a very important part of their culture. It's a key element. And so the singing during church services was phenomenal. Oh, at least I thought it was.
I'm sure it was. I don't doubt you.
Ordinary services usually lasted an hour and a half, 2 hours. And the singing was just so. That was something I really liked, and I still remember some of the music. It's been a hot minute. It's been 40 years since I was in Tanzania, so it's been a long time. But music has always been part of my life, not in the sense of studying it, not in the sense of being really enamored of certain artists. But just music itself is, to me, has always been an important part of my life.
Yeah, it's a through line, something that just keeps coming back.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, do you want to talk a little bit about like your past that kind of led you up to your point right now? Because I know we talked about like how you started running. And you and I have talked about things that you've been through in the past previously. Do you want to talk about like maybe how that's kind of led you to where you are right now, and maybe influenced like kind of how you view life at the current moment potentially?
Well, certainly my background, my religious background. I'm still a practicing Catholic, and my faith is very important to me. One of the things that if you're a person of faith, at least in my view, is that you realize that, being a good person is important, and you have to work at it.
I will agree with that. Yes.
You have to work at it, and you have to. So if you want to be good at anything, you have to work at it, and you have to be willing to endure a certain amount of hardship, pain, challenges, and of course, that's certainly with running, that's initially, sometimes running is hard. Yeah. Sometimes you start off in a bad mood, or, I forget to turn my watch on. And I say, damn, I forgot to put, and it just gets me in a bad mood.
Or your headphones die like 5 minutes into your run,
right. And you want to say, oh, the hell with it. I'm not going to run. But so it's at that point, you really have to make the decision. I'm going to keep going. And when you do, things get better. And that, that is tied up with my faith, that, you're on a journey that has good spots and bad spots. But if you keep going, the journey gets better. And I would say, quite honestly, gets easier.
Yeah. Now, when you're having let's just say you're having like a challenging time on a run, is there like a life experience or like time of your life that like you kind of reflect back to where you're like, okay, I did that, so like I'm going to be okay today? Is there like just like a experience that you lived that you kind of like pull on as like maybe one of your more challenging things that kind of helps you run better potentially?
I think the most challenging thing that I've ever done is learn a foreign language.
Oh, okay. Not that where I thought we were going, but like I'm totally down for it. Yeah, let's talk about that. And aside from being, having been in the seminary, I was also Peace Corps volunteer for 2 years, and I was assigned to Iran. Okay.
And the first 3 months that we were in country, we studied Farsi, the national language of Iran. We had no tapes. We had no textbooks. It was all what they call audiolingual. A teacher came into the room. There was 4 of us, and they would repeat words. There was no translation. It was about 110 degrees in the classroom. Oh, God. So it was very demanding. There were 58 of us when we started the 3 months. there were 21 of us that finished the 3 months.
It's just people just drop out of the course.
Just drop out. Yeah,
okay, just making sure there were not like deaths.
No deaths.
Because you did mention a war at the beginning. I was like, I hope people are not dying.
No. This was
okay, great.
long time ago. But
right.
And I was the worst student in the class. Oh, well, I shouldn't say the worst. I was in the lowest group.
Okay.
I was terrible. But after a year, I was fluent in Farsi. I could talk. And because of my physical appearance, I actually passed for being Iranian.
Okay.
And that was a tremendous, once that happened, I realized that, I felt like I could do anything.
Mm-hmm.
That was a real challenge, a challenge that I had, just hadn't done well at for a very long time. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, I should say very gradually, I did much better. That experience of looking at something that seemed impossible, in every other challenge in my life, I've always thought, well,
I did that.
And so whether it's, I can't say the running was nearly as hard as that, but there are other,
that's a good thing.
But there are other,
life experiences
that, times get hard and you just have to believe that if you kind of not put your head down and blow your way through, but do your best to make the best of the situation, not lose hope, keep trying, things get better.
Yeah. And it sounds like you've done a lot of challenging things in your life, like being like obviously taking on an education to be a seminarian or a priest, and then going and doing all these Peace Corps things. And then from what I know of you, transitioning to being a nurse as well too, which is not an easy position to be having. I've worked in healthcare and we've talked about this, and I'm well aware that nurses are used and abused, It's definitely a challenging job to have, but one that's definitely needed big time.
I was very fortunate when I left, when I decided to get married. And I thought to myself, I will never find a job that will be as challenging or as satisfying as having been a missionary priest. I was wrong. Nursing has been a wonderful profession. Yes, it's very challenging. I was an ICU nurse for 10 years. That was a very stressful environment, and an environment where you, if you're going to be a good ICU nurse, you had to keep learning, keep studying, keep taking extra courses. But I worked with just wonderful people, the nurses that I worked with.
Did you work up at Falmouth Hospital?
I worked at Toby Hospital in Wareham.
Toby, okay.
And Toby, at least at that time, had a wonderful family environment where literally everybody, from the volunteers, the maintenance people, the cleaning staff, to the nurses and the doctors, everybody knew everybody else's name. That's nice. It was a very affirming environment. And then after that, for 10 years, I decided I wanted to be a nurse practitioner, wanted a little more independence, went to work in addiction, specifically with heroin-dependent patients. And that, most people would say, really? That must have been hard. Well, yeah, any job's hard. But I thought I worked with wonderful, the staff and the nurses I worked with were wonderful, but so were the patients.
Yeah.
I met a lot of wonderful people I really got to like, I really got to care for, who had had horrendous experiences. And I have to say, who made me feel like, boy, was I really lucky.
Yeah.
I feel in my professional career, I just feel the luckiest guy in the world to have had two wonderful professions.
Yeah. It sounds like to me, Kevin, like every time you're given an opportunity to change or to take on a new opportunity, you don't choose the easy option.
No.
Which I don't think is a bad thing. I don't think that's a bad thing at all. I feel like that's like the mark of someone who's like willing to grow and learn.
Yeah.
And just like become a better version of themselves. Because like if you have a goal that doesn't scare you, what are you doing? That's really the long and the short of it right there.
I think that if you're ever totally satisfied with yourself the way you are,
maybe
you're going to stagnate and you're not going to be happy. To me, life is a journey where you constantly want to improve yourself in what's important to you. And for me, that's always been, my character and working with others and
caring for others.
Caring for others, yeah.
Yeah, and I definitely get that from like just interacting with you and talking to you, Kevin, too. You definitely like care very deeply about the people around you. And I think that's a really strong like character trait to have for sure.
Well, it's also, there are people and there are people who aren't people and simply put, I'm a people person.
You're a people person.
I get my satisfaction. I get my fun. I get my meaning from other people.
Yeah. But it sounds like you also, I feel like you're very similar to me. I would describe myself as an extroverted introvert where like I need my alone time. Like I need to recharge on my own. Like don't bother me at the end of the day. Like leave me alone. Nobody talk to me. I need my running time by myself for the most part.
Yes.
Like I need like, I have to hit a certain criteria and like I will hit a max of the number of people I can interact with, Like there's not an unlimited amount, but like I also really thrive in being able to like share like conversations and energy and experiences with other people as well.
Yeah. I think that you absolutely have to have alone time and you have to be comfortable
alone.
Oh, big time, in order to be truly comfortable with other people.
And to be happy.
Yes. Because fundamentally you have to be at least satisfied with yourself.
Yeah.
In the sense of, I'm doing my best.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do my best.
I gave it my best effort, Yeah. I definitely as someone like I've lived alone like what year was that? 2015, 2016, 2016. I lived in Richmond, Virginia for a little bit and then I moved up here from there. But I'm from the middle of Massachusetts originally in Auburn.
Okay.
But it took me probably like 3 or 4 years to like be comfortable living alone. And like I would say the last like 3 years, I'm like genuinely very happy with myself.
Yeah.
And I'm 33. I understand I'm not that old, like in the long term of things. And like there are many people that I know who are my age and older who are just like, they're not comfortable by themselves. They're constantly like attention seeking for like, maybe not, they don't realize why they're doing it, totally fine. Or they're just unhappy. Yeah. They don't love themselves very much. Yeah. And it's just kind of like a sad thing to see sometimes. Yeah. And like, I feel like, I'm very comfortable by myself.
That said, I'm married and the last 44 years of my life have been the happiest of my life. And that's down to my wife, Margaret.
That means you made the right choice.
Yeah. We have a wonderful partnership that we've grown into over the years, and we're each other's best friends and most sought after companion.
I think that's exactly what like any kind of like long-term relationship should be. I mean, whether it's romantic or just like a mutual kind of like platonic relationship, like whoever your best friend is, whoever that person you choose to spend the rest of your life with,
right?
I like to describe it as like 1 + 1 = 4. You're both independently amazing people by yourself. Yeah. And like people are like, wow, we love Kevin, we love Margaret by themselves. Yeah. But together you just make a better version of the other person.
Absolutely. That's just
I always tell Ben and Nicole, like they're a great example of that. They're both independently like great humans. Yeah. But together they make a better person for each other.
Absolutely.
And a new little human too.
Yes, I know. Marin,
Marin. But I mean, to me, it sounds like you've just become very comfortable with yourself, Kevin.
Yes. And I have to say, I feel really blessed because of that, because I met Margaret, because of my experiences, because of running, and because at my age, I'm still able to run. And I sort of dread the day when I won't be able to run anymore.
I think all of us runners are in the same boat. We're all just kind of waiting for that day where like they were like, no, 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 no. We push it out of our heads. It doesn't exist. It's not real. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. Now, you told me before we started recording that you've actually never run a race.
That's correct.
Do you want to run a race at some point?
Or not really. I really don't have any desire. I've never been much of a competitor in sports.
Okay.
My two brothers.
They're the competitors.
Were phenomenal athletes.
Okay.
One brother, my brother Jack, went to West Point on. They don't have sports scholarships at West Point, but they do accept people who are academically qualified because of their sports ability.
Okay.
And he went to West Point based on that. My younger brother Paul was a phenomenal athlete, played multiple sports and was a terrific athlete. And I don't know, maybe that had some effect in me. I don't know. I was never a very good athlete.
I was never. I was the world's worst softball player, world's worst soccer player. You know, like never could. Ball sports. I don't play ball sports.
Yeah. Well, I played football in high school, and I enjoyed it. I wasn't very good at it, but I really enjoyed the camaraderie. And one of the things that football teaches you is you can endure physical pain. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
You know,
someone can smack you down to the ground and you get back up.
Yeah, that's right. It's momentary and you know, it doesn't destroy you and makes you stronger. So, but I've never felt like the urge of, I really need to win.
Yeah.
So to me, athletic competition has always been about
camaraderie.
The camaraderie, the joy in the sport itself. You know,
I feel like you would actually really like. Do you ever do any trail running, Kevin? Is that in your wheelhouse at all?
I have not, and probably just because
like safety reasons, tripping and stuff. Maybe
that's part of it, but also it's just that in the area I live in,
there's not really any trails super close.
Yeah. Nothing that I'm all that interested in running anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I feel like you are like the prime candidate for like an ultra marathon because like one, you love running.
Yeah.
Two, you're willing to stay out there, you know, and like pick yourself back up. You have that like that key feature that ultra marathoners need to have is that like resilience and like inability to give up.
Yeah.
To just like get yourself back up there. Like when I ran Flat Rock a couple of weeks ago, I fell 3 times. You just get back up.
Yeah.
Just get back up. You reassess the situation, you get back up and you keep moving.
Yeah.
Also like I'll pitch this for ultra marathons and like trail races on the whole. Right? It's not about competing against each other.
Yeah.
It's about being out there together.
That's right.
So
that's what I've heard about.
Yeah, I feel if you ever did think I'm also going to be the race director for the Cape Cod Trail Race starting this coming year. It happens up at the Crane Wildlife Management Center. Yeah, at the beginning of May.
Okay.
So if you want, and there's a 10K, a 20K, and a 30K option.
No kidding.
So if you want to do it, you let me know. I'll get you a free entry, my friend.
Okay.
This is my race, so you know, and you are my favorite person to see us running. So like you get that privilege.
Okay. Well, that sounds interesting because a 10K is my
average.
It's my normal race.
Okay.
I run 10Ks 4 times a week. That's what I do.
Yeah. And like the thing is with this race too, like it's all on the same like time frame. So we're out there for about like 6 hours. So if it takes you the whole 6 hours to go the 10K, it doesn't matter.
I hope not.
I don't think it'll take you that long. Just like throwing it out there in the universe, you know, because I've had some other people who I've invited. They're like, oh, I want to hike the whole thing. I'm like, that's fine. Like we'll be there for 6 hours regardless. Like if you finish it in 6 hours or you finish it in 1.
That's really, that intrigues me.
Yeah.
I've actually thought about trail running. I've seen some very inspirational videos of older people doing
we have to connect you with Mary too. You'd love Mary. She's a good egg.
Yeah, and I thought, boy, I'd really like to be like that person.
That's what I think when I look at these videos too. I'm getting slightly closer, Yeah. I just bought an ice bandana for myself. It's a bandana that you can put ice into a pocket in the back, and it's really nice.
Nice. That's a good idea.
I think you would really enjoy the camaraderie of certain races too, and if you wanted to ever do the 5K or the half marathon for the marathon weekend, it's not competitive.
Yeah. Oh, I know that. Everybody,
though you might want to compete against yourself,
Everybody I know who's run in those races say, "Oh no, it's not competitive," and I sort of intellectually I know that.
Yeah.
I really enjoy running alone. And
I think you'd really enjoy it. I
could.
I think there's some people out there that you would enjoy running with. Because you are a little bit of a people person, Kevin.
Oh yeah.
I think for me, I remember the first race that I ran. It actually was the Falmouth Road race. I wasn't living down here at the time though.
Yeah.
And I had a bunch of people at that point being like, "Oh, Juliana, you should run a race. So you should run a race." And I was like, "No, I'm not doing that. That's too much. I don't need to be doing that."
Yeah.
And then I ran the Falmouth Road race and I was like, "Oh, this is why people, this is it. This is what people told me." It's just a different experience.
Yeah.
It's something that you can't really put into words, but you do it and you're like, "Oh, I get it now."
Yeah.
It makes sense. Yeah. That being said, you don't have to do any of these things, Kevin. I'm just lobbying.
No, I've heard it, and I've had many people tell me, the energy you get from other people is just phenomenal. And I absolutely believe them. I don't think I'm different. I just, I sort of maybe stuck.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm stuck. Maybe I need to try something like that just to see what happens.
I think you can do it. I think you'll have a nice time.
Yeah.
Maybe you just need that little kick in the butt from me to just boop, 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 boop. Get out there and do it. The trail race is nice too because it's the half marathon. If you were going to do the half marathon, there's 2,000 people who do it. So it's a fair number of people.
Yeah.
It's not the smallest or the biggest race.
Yeah.
The trail race is 200 people. Yeah. So it's a lot more low key. It's a lot smaller. It's a lot more chill.
Yeah.
You can kind of pick your poison,
Yeah.
Do you want a little bit more excitement or a little bit less excitement? A little bit more nature, a little bit less nature. So that you could do both too, Okay. The options are out there. But yeah, you let me know.
Okay, I will.
It's not, I'm not telling you got to do anything. You're just putting it on the table. If you decide you want to do something, you just let me know.
Okay.
You got my email. You just send me an email. You say, "Julianne, I would like to do this." And I was like, "Great."
Okay.
It's a nice time for all of us.
Okay, I will. When is it again?
So the marathon is Indigenous Peoples Day weekend. So that's it's the 10th and the 11th of October.
Oh, great time of year.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Yeah,
great time of year.
I will preface it. We usually have one really great day and one really gross day. And it usually is it's a crapshoot as to which day is going to be which.
Of course.
Last year, the marathon was the gross day.
Yeah.
And the half marathon was 60 degrees with a nice breeze and some overcast. It was perfect.
Yeah.
And then the trail race is in May.
Okay.
So, you still got time to decide.
Okay.
There's a 5K that's part of the half marathon, the marathon weekend too. So if you wanted to do the 5K, you could do the 5K.
I would do the 10K. I hate to say it, I have sort of a prejudice
against 5Ks.
I sort of feel like it's just a fun race, fun run, I want to challenge myself at least a little bit.
Well, I mean, I'm in the same camp too. There's no shade towards people who run 5Ks.
Yeah, of course not.
It's still a big accomplishment, and the people, especially people who challenge themselves to run faster, whatever your pace is.
Right.
Me, my version of a faster 5K is absolutely terrifying to me. I don't want to do that because I've done that in the past, and running that hard for that distance, it's so much different than doing a sprint around the track.
Right.
Because you got to maintain that pace for a long time.
A long time, yeah.
But if I'm going at my regular running pace, I would rather just do something way longer.
Right.
That's why I have delved into ultra marathons recently.
Yeah.
Just I got a 12-hour ultra coming up in August right now.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So just topped off I think I did 75 miles this past week. I'm looking to do closer to 80 this week.
Oh, wow.
We'll see what we got going on, Kevin.
God bless you.
Yeah, that's right. I need it.
Stay hydrated.
Yeah, I honestly, that's one of the most challenging things is like, especially running in the woods. I've been running. Do you know where Long Pond is? Where
Sure.
Goodwill Park around there?
Sure.
I've been running laps of that, and like, it is cooler in the shade, but the trees like cage in the humidity.
That was just going to say, yes, it's a more humid environment.
Yeah, so there's less breeze and it's more humid, and so like I've had to really rethink my fueling strategy and my hydration strategy. I'm like, oh my god, why am I getting so much like hotter so much faster?
Do you wear a hydration pack?
Yeah, I have a hydration pack. I'll either do a handheld or I'll do the hydration pack.
Yeah.
So probably for the August race, I'll probably do the handheld just because like we're gonna have an aid station like every 5 miles.
Yeah.
So and it's easier to do to refill the handheld and just like whoop boop and just do that than for me. But to each their own, you know.
To each their own, yeah. Yeah.
I've tried almost everything at this point, and like in the cooler months, I prefer the vest.
Yeah.
But it just gets so hot so fast in the vest.
Yeah, sometimes. I suppose, you know, I've never thought of I wear a hydration pack, and I have to say I've never even thought about the heat. Now, Iran in the summer used to get up to 115 degrees.
Yeah.
The 6 years I was in Tanzania, I never saw a thermometer. I lived in a very rural area. I had no idea what the temperature was, but it was very hot all the time.
Yeah, you just
all the time. And so heat doesn't scare me.
Yeah.
And I guess I would say I'm used to being hot.
Yeah.
So that, you know, as long as I can, you know, take a sip of fluid every, you know, 15 minutes or so, I'm feeling good.
What do you put in your pack? Do you just use water? Or you use like a hydration mix?
I use Gatorade Zero. I haven't really researched it. I just feel like, you know, water does not have electrolytes. I'm a nurse. Yeah. I know you need potassium. I know you need sodium.
You hooked up people up to a sodium drip, you know?
Right.
Electrolyte drip.
So, but whether Gatorade is the right choice or there are other things, I've never researched it.
I mean, I would say if it's working for you, don't fix it if it is not broke, you know?
That's what I feel too.
Yeah.
That's what I feel too. You know, I feel good at the end of a race. I don't feel washed out. I don't feel dehydrated.
Yeah. Yeah. Getting that sodium and that magnesium in there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think we covered almost everything, Kevin.
We covered a lot.
We covered a lot of different things. Hopefully people like enjoyed this conversation. I think they will. Okay. I think they'll be like, yep, this is why Juliana likes Kevin, because he's a good egg. Okay. But let's round out our discussion with what shoe do you choose to use? Okay. Well,
I currently, and for a very long time, have been using Brooks Glycerin. I think this is a 22.
22. Yeah,
22.
22.
I like them. I like the, you know, I like the cushioned effect. There's actually, from what I've read, there's no science behind the fact that if your shoes are cushioned, that it helps you preserve knee function.
Yeah, it's more body mechanics than it is anything else. Right. Like you can have really poor body mechanics and a really squishy shoe, and you can hurt yourself very easily.
I can believe that. Believe that. But I like them. They're comfortable. Mm-hmm. I don't have to when I'm buying a new shoe. I don't have to agonize about what I'm going to get.
You usually order your shoes online.
Yeah. I know actually. Well, I have, but when the Run store opened downtown. I really felt, you know, this is really terrific. You know, if I want to, I can go in and try all these different shoes. So I really ought to patronize this business. You know, it's a local business. I know it's a tough environment.
Yeah.
And, you know, I can afford to pay a little more, although I don't. And their prices are at least for their shoes, they're the same as you would find on Amazon.
Yeah, and the Brooks website as well, too.
Yeah. Yeah. So I go there.
You got fitted with Ben
That's right. That's originally how I met Ben. He was terrific. He had me try out about 6 pairs of shoes. The only thing I would say about that is that I don't think you can tell anything about a shoe the first time you put it on.
Yeah, unless I would say like for me as someone who worked in that shoe store too. Yeah. And like I currently have 33, 34 pairs of shoes
Oh,
that
wow.
I'm rotating through.
Yeah.
I have a lot of different pairs of shoes.
Yeah.
But unless you have like a huge encyclopedia of shoes in your head,
Yeah.
You really would have a hard time like identifying how it would run versus like how it feels in the store.
Yes.
That's
absolutely.
why I know when I was working there, I would have people go and run on the sidewalk and like run down the street because like it's just no one's really running on carpet in their shoes.
Right.
And the funny thing about that process is like there were so many people who came into the store looking for running shoes, and I would prompt them to do that, and they'd be like, "No, I'm going to embarrass myself running outside." I'd be like, "Do you think anyone cares? Like, no one cares. They don't care. People are so self-conscious about running.
I know.
Even just like 30 or 40 feet, I'm like, you're going to be out there for like 20 seconds. Like, just give it a go. I want to make sure you know what you're buying before you buy it. You know?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe the next time I go, I'll try it.
Yeah, take them outside. You know, see what you think, because the 23 for the glycerin is out right now.
It is, yeah.
Yeah,
it is. In fact, it was these are my old shoes that I'm wearing. Right
those are your kick arounds.
Yeah, those kick around. The ones that I'm currently using, the 23 was actually already out.
Oh, okay.
But
22 is at a discount, maybe.
They were discounted, so and I was happy with them.
Yeah. Why not? You know.
Yeah, that's right. So.
And you've only ever run. You say you ran in a pair of Hokas previously.
Yes.
Before that, do you remember what model it was? Was it maybe the Clifton? Was it the Bondi?
Nope. I can't remember.
Oh, was it a trail shoe?
No, it wasn't supposed to be.
Okay.
It was supposed to be their stability shoe. That's what I was told.
The Arahi.
The Arahi.
The Arahi.
Don't get old.
I also like. I have a very like deep knowledge of shoes, so like I know too many things about shoes.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Hoka Arahi. Yeah.
I thought it was intensely uncomfortable. My second pair of shoes, I was never able to wear them. Yeah. I'd try. I might say, okay, well, maybe if maybe after 10 miles, it'll feel better. No. So I would wear them. I'd go out for a walk. I say, okay, I'll wear them for my walk because it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But no, I would never. I certainly am prejudiced against Hokas now.
Anyone who's watched this show for a while knows that Julian is not a
fan. Yeah. Lots of people like them, but not me.
Yeah. I will also say too, having worked at the running shoe store and also have worn Hokas myself in the past, they're just not durable. They don't last very long, and the tread comes off the bottom very easily for most of the models that I've either witnessed or worn myself. So I'd say you're definitely getting your money's worth out of the books.
This pair of shoes, I did 1,000 miles.
I believe you. That's what it looks like.
So the hell with the 400. I'm not going to get a new pair of shoes every 400 miles.
Yeah, you're better than me. I destroy shoes. Like Ben calls me the shoe eating monster.
Okay.
Because I rip through shoes like it's my job.
Yeah.
Though I will say I started wearing this brand Mountain to Coast recently. They're a little bit more in the ultra marathoning scene, but very durable shoes. Like I have 100 miles on one of my pairs of shoes and you would never know it. So I'm like, it's great, it's great.
Yeah.
But we love your love of the glycerin. I think that's great.
Yeah, it's a good shoe. Very comfortable.
Yeah. Very lasts a long time too, apparently.
As I said, I ran 1,000 miles in these shoes.
Yeah, and you're still wearing them around.
Still wear them. They still got tread on the bottom.
Definitely a little bit of scuffing on the sides.
I scuff.
Yeah, your heels. I kick myself in the ankles. Usually, if I have white socks, there'll be like a little thing right here from me kicking myself because I turn out on the sides of my feet when I run.
Okay.
So I land through the sides and then I'll. But Kevin, this was a lot of fun talking with you.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun talking to you. You're easy to talk to.
I try my best, I've been in this interviewing thing for a hot second.
Yeah.
Hot second, and also just I'm a dietitian. I counsel people. So that's where I came from before this. I was working one-on-one with someone. So we try to make it as conversational and easy to follow as possible.
Okay.
So I know how I would want to be treated too. So, But if people want to find you, Kevin, should they just like see you out on the streets? Is that where they'll find you?
Basically, yes. Basically,
you don't have any like social medias or anything?
No, I'm a little bit anti-social media.
That's fine. You don't have to. We'll find Kevin out on the streets of Falmouth. If you see him, you wave and you give him the biggest smile you ever have, because he'll give it right back to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, thanks for being on, Kevin.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah. And friends, if you would like any more information, if I have any questions for Kevin, I'll relay them over to him. You can email me at runapod@gmail.com or hit me up on Instagram at runapod. And that'll bring us to the end of the show. And we'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Bye.
Nice job, Kevin.
Thank you.
You did a great job.
Good.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Runna. This podcast is edited, hosted, and produced by me, Juliana Coughlin. Brought to you in part by the Falmouth Running Club and the Falmouth Community TV station. If you'd like to connect with us, you can find us on Instagram and on TikTok at Runnapod. And you can send us an email at runnapod@gmail.com. And our original theme music was brought to you by the one and the only wonderful Jeffrey Hutton. And keep up the great work. I'm proud of you.